Hey guys, welcome to our videos for rational functions. This first video is not actually going to be on rational functions. It's going to be on your favorite subject in mathematics. You guys all love it, fractions. Right? I just want to do a little quick refresher on what a fraction is and some special cases, all right? So first of all, what is a fraction? Very simply, a fraction is a ratio of two integers. Integers are whole numbers, right? And positive and negative whole numbers. So if A and B are integers, we can generally define a fraction as simply A over B. Very easy, right? And for those of us that have forgotten, A is the numerator, B is the denominator, right? Those are the terms I'm going to use. I'm not going to be using top and bottom. I'm going to try and use numerator, denominator. Every now and then, especially if I'm dealing with you one-on-one, I may say top, bottom just to make it really, really clear. But we're going to use numerator and denominator. So, there's what fractions are. I'm not going to go into a whole lot more, but when we think about fractions, right, that's kind of how we can really help us identify these things. When we think about these, the denominator tells us how many parts the whole thing is broken into, and the numerator tells us how many of those parts we get. And if we can think about fractions like that, some of these kind of weird fraction situations can make a lot of sense. They can be very kind of clear, like, oh, okay, I get what's happening there. And so when if we look at fractions like fraction 3/4, okay, that tells me that the whole thing is broken into 4 pieces. And I have 3 of those pieces, right? Really easy, okay? So with that in mind, I want to talk about 3 special cases of fractions. And the special cases are these right here, where we have 0 over b, a over 0, and 0 over 0. In this situation, b and a are both integers, but not 0. So in other words, we don't have this case here. Okay? And so what do each of these equal? Okay? If we think about the way I talk about fractions, right? This idea of, let me turn on my light, get rid of my shadow. If we think about fractions as that kind of parts of a whole idea, right? It's really easy because if you think about a pizza, right? So that's 3/4. First thing we did is we had our circle or a pizza. We cut it into 4 slices. So the first thing you have to do is cut it into the pieces. First thing you have to do is this. And then you can take how many slices you need. So if we look at this first fraction, my pizza is cut into b slices, and I get 0 of them. So if I have a pizza that's cut into 5 slices and you have no slices, how much do you get? Well, you get 0, right? Because it doesn't matter how many slices the pizza is cut into, if I don't have any pieces, I don't have any pieces. Okay? If we look at our next one here, we have a over 0. Now some of you may already be like, I know what that is, right? Can't divide by 0, right? But why, right? And the easiest way to think about this, the easiest way to kind of conceptualize this is take a circle, draw a circle. Now using lines, cut that circle so that it's 0 pieces. Right now it's 1 piece. So can you cut it so it's 0 pieces, right? That would mean it goes away. You can't cut it away. And so because of that, a over 0 is undefined. Now, before we jump to this next one, I want to ask you about 3 other fractions. So I've got 2 over 2, 5.4 over 5.4, negative 11 over negative 11. What do all of these equal? All of these equal the same thing. They're all equal to each other. And they all equal 1, right? We know that if I divide a number by itself, it equals 1. So what's 0 over 0? Is that 1? Is it, well, we have a 0 on top, so it's 0, right? But we have a 0 on bottom, so it's undefined. Is it, what is it? Well, again, think about it like this. Think about going through kind of those steps. The first thing you do, right? You take your pizza. First thing you're going to do is cut it into pieces. First thing we do here is we cut this into, we can't cut a pizza into 0 pieces. So this is also undefined. Now, this way, the way this is undefined and the way these are undefined, we're going to get different results with rational functions when we see these two things. So I'm going to have them as separate ideas. But that's that. So there's a quick little refresh on fractions. I'll see you in a rational functions video.